Why doesn't Superman have a boss?
Don't know.
Because he already has supervision.
That one works. Yeah, that one works.
It's the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live, and the Retro Review. So glad that you guys are here tonight. Thank you so much for making this Sunday evening stop part of your weekend. We appreciate it very much. I'm not a jellyfish, but I'm still a catch. I'm Ryan on Magic Lasso with you tonight. Happy to be here. Over with me, the other way, is Signature King. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm well. Thank you.
The Tony Awards are going on. Have you won?
I win every year.
Oh, okay. You got all those subscribers voting for you.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, of course, here we are, the first show of a brand new month, which brings Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe.
Here I am. You're in hiding.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to have you back. How's everyone doing?
Well, you mentioned the Tony Awards, and I feel compelled to show you the shirt that I'm wearing. University of Michigan School of Music, Theater, and Dance.
Nice.
Now, I have this shirt because my niece is in the dance part of that. But because the Tony Awards are on tonight, I just have to brag a little bit about my hometown university. Tons of Tony winners come out of Michigan's theater program.
Nice.
And the most famous one is probably Darren Criss.
Who,
when he got, I think he won an Emmy Award at one point, and he ended his speech by saying "Go Blue," which is the catchphrase for University of Michigan. So, congratulations, all the Tony nominees and the winners, and Go Blue. So there you go.
Yes. My shirt tonight just says, "I'll just have the chicken tenders." It means I'll just have the chicken tenders.
Okay, good. All right.
Maybe some fries.
And a large drink.
Yeah, and a large Coke. It's all good. Did anyone do any comic book hunting or go to their shop in the last week or month if you haven't been on in the last week?
I hit my comic book shoppy this week. Would you like to see the stuff that I'll do very quick? Because I have other stuff for book show. But you know me, if there's a facsimile, I'll pick it up. So I like this one. And even though I have a copy of it, this is just such a great book. So, I'll take it. And then I didn't know this was a thing. Mad About DC. Listen, Mad Magazine when I was a kid was just the bomb. And so Alfred E. Newman, all over you. And then I found a Swamp Thing.
1989.
Yeah, that looked. The cover alone to me is collection worthy. And then Ryan, I know you'll be proud of me. Look what I found.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the 2026 special, and the stories are really, they kind of cover the waterfront in terms of age and topic and theme. There's one in particular about truth that is a very powerful story. And for the times we live in, I think it's really special. So I'm so glad I picked this one up. So,
I love that cover.
Yeah, these black and gold specials are really smart. It's a smart thing to do, I think.
Yeah. Tony, I think that would be a great cover for me to have autographed. I'm just saying.
I think it would be a wonderful one for you to have autographed.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad that you agree with me. SK, you been comic hunting?
I have not been a little busy around the house, but I plan to this week. There's
a new Fury of Firestorm coming out this week.
There is. But looking at my poll list, as I can see, I have the app on my phone, but I've got some cool stuff sitting in there, so I'm excited to pick it up.
Nice, very nice. We have some awesome folks that are joining us in the live chat. If you're watching on the rewind, we certainly say hello to you and appreciate you. And here we go with John's Comics with Friends. Hope that you're doing well, John. John and I usually talk like every day, but he's been busy this last week, so I've hardly chatted with him.
Busy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He put out a great video that I caught this week. I don't know if it was released this week or not, but he was talking about should you do YouTube videos.
YouTube, yeah.
And I thought it was
I saw that too. Yeah.
smart discussion about that. So cheers to you, John. Well done.
Yeah. White Tiger Cool Calm Collected, he was our guest last week. I'm going to be honest with you. Yes. I really didn't think he would accept, not because he's so busy being a daddy and a husband and everything. And I had a great time with him last week. So
he was fantastic. You were fantastic. So
yeah, he was.
I was telling the guys that, boy, even when I'm not here, the show is really good, and your past few guests have been knocked it out of the park. So
yeah,
it's nice that we're reaching out to some of these guests, because we're putting a face with some of these names, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we started like a minute or two late, and that's because somebody couldn't remember the proper way to get the show started backstage. Not saying who, but we did get started, and Alan noticed that we weren't on time, but that's okay. Hey, Alan, how are you doing now? Alan put out a great video that I sent to the Fanboys group. He started a new series, Cover Lovers, and he did Golden Age Superman.
Golden Age books, those were amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I'm going to kind of say it anyway. I'm going to be a future guest on that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Tony, what books do you think he'll talk about?
The imagination is the limit.
Well.
Yeah, it is.
There are endless Wonder Woman possibilities.
Yep. Gore is here. Hi, Gore. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Olivia stopped by as well, and she's happy our Bronze Age babe Lois Lane is back.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you, Olivia.
Yeah, Alan also liked the video that John did too. Olivia's saying, what did you think of Supergirl Survival Issue 1? I haven't read that yet. Absolute Catwoman has a ton of variants coming out. That's Issue 1's coming out this upcoming week. So, any thoughts on those?
I have no idea what it is.
Okay. Supergirl Survival is a brand new limited series that they just launched, which makes sense since the movie's coming out this month.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And also, as Gore is mentioning too, there's Facsimile of Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes 23. That's the one that Adam Hughes covered, which is an homage to Mary Marvel from the Golden Age, where she's sitting on the meteor. But it's so hard to find that cover. They're doing a facsimile of that. And I am going to say one thing. The foil version of it looks primo.
Chef's kiss. Okay.
Yes. I mean, the regular one's nice too, but the foil, wow.
Okay.
Just pops. If I was a signature king and I liked foil, even though I don't like facsimiles, if I was a signature king, I would still...
You would make an exception.
I would make an exception.
I've only made an exception to the facsimile rule one time.
Wow.
One time.
Wow.
And I probably will only ever be one time.
Look who's here. Luxinda is here. How are you? I love that her name has just gotten shorter. She's kind of like Cher.
She is. She only needs one name.
One name.
Yep, she could go shorter and be Prince. We just turn her into a symbol.
Right.
Oh, yeah, she could be a symbol person.
The artist formerly known as
Luxinda. Yeah.
Thanks for
Oh, no, let's not talk about that. Yes, John's video is worth watching. I would love to have SK and Silver Age each do an episode with him for Cover Lovers.
Sold. Yes, I agree. I will do it.
I'm going to tell you one thing. You guys will have a good time doing it. So
we're hanging out with Alan, so how can it be a bad time?
Can't be bad.
Yeah. And since we mentioned Fury of Firestorm, Olivia's reminding us that the issue 3 preview was released today for us. There is a really good B cover to this issue too, that if you're a Firestorm fan, I was like, that's a nice looking cover. So yeah, so we'll salute some other folks as they pop into the chat, but these are our early joiners and we're happy that you're here. DC Comics news, Mr. SK, where do you want to start?
Well, there's quite a bit, and it all relates to Supergirl. So I know we're getting close to the movie. What are we, 20 days away?
Yeah.
Super close. Maybe 19 days. I think it's 19 days. But anyway, we got a 1-minute preview of the Supergirl movie. And if you know the origin of Supergirl, it's not really a spoiler. That's kind of cool. But just in case no one knows what I'm talking about, I'm not going to talk about it. what you see, but it's pretty cool. It's very fun. Apparently, Lobo is a huge show stealer. Like, just took Supergirl's movie.
Okay.
So all of these people who got a chance to see it early are kind of saying the same thing. Like, yo, that guy needs a movie. What's he doing in a Supergirl movie? Which is cool. I like to see, Jason Momoa do good things. But yeah, I'm excited to see him portray Lobo. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun.
And Ryan, you still don't see previews? You avoid everything?
I do. I have. Yeah. Am I missing out?
I would say no.
No.
Okay.
Because they're sticking true to the source material, so you already know it. It's not really a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
Especially her origin. I mean, there's nothing you probably could read that story backwards word for word.
Yeah, I know. We have retro reviewed her origin, so
yeah, and they do put a slight modern twist on it, which is kind of awesome.
So how much do you know, or at least based on the trailers, how much is geared from Woman of Tomorrow?
A lot. I don't know how much in terms of movie, but judging by the trailer, it's pretty heavily influenced. Okay. We're not talking about the Flash influenced by Flashpoint, and then they just screwed it up. But I think this is pretty heavily influenced. But it's hard to take that short of a story and make it a movie. So, I mean, they got to stretch it out.
Sure.
I have to tell you that you guys have been asking if I'm going to go see the Supergirl movie, and here's an unpopular hot take. After seeing all the previews that they've dumped, and they've dumped a bunch of them last week, I'm not doing it. It's just not the movie for me.
Will you watch it when it's streaming?
Probably, but if it's raining outside or there's a snowstorm, I mean, it's just, I feel like an ancient person. I'm like, this is not, you know what I mean? At first I thought the look, the visual style of the movie looked really good, but the more they kept showing what the movie experience is going to be, the more I was like, oh boy, it's loud. It's, you know what I mean? It's going to be a loud, visually and orally kind of thing. And and I agree. There's Lobo makes an appearance in these trailers, and it's like that is a star appearance if I've ever seen one. So it tells me something about what they think of the movie by what they're putting out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But, so I'm sorry, Tony. You're going to have to see it with your wife and then your kids, and I'll, I'm not going to be able to join you for this one. I don't think.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what? They're movies. They're not requirements. So there's plenty of movies that people like that I absolutely just hated. So.
Yeah, I might not be able to escape a trailer because I'm going to Masters of the Universe tomorrow.
Oh,
so
you're going to get it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get a trailer.
Well, that's different then, because that's the experience that you're paying for.
True.
True that.
You're not going out of your way to find it. That's what the previews were for. Before the internet, if you remember, it seems like so long ago, the only way you got to see the trailer was to go to the movies.
Yeah.
I remember those days. That's how I got to see the episode 1 for Star Wars trailer. I forget what movie we saw. I was like, oh my God, this movie's going to be the greatest of all time. I was like 9 years old.
And then you met Jar Jar Binks.
And then I met Jar Jar Binks. I was like, that was awesome.
I also want to say hello to Kenneth Bird, who's popped in too. Hey, Kenneth, hope you're doing well.
Cast his Lobo in the Man of Tomorrow. No, I think I could take Jason Momoa in a fight because he's from Iowa too. I mean, we'll probably just have a corn eating contest. And,
but he was married to Denise Huxtable.
He was.
Yeah.
Speaking of Man of Tomorrow, they put out a whole cast who's going to be in it, and literally 100% from the Superman movie is in the Man of Tomorrow. Every single
Makes sense.
Every person's back.
Everybody, even the engineer. Actually, not technically yes, but also no. The bizarro fake Superman clone person.
Ultraman.
Ultraman, yeah. But so I guess maybe that doesn't count as 100%. But it's played by David Cornsford, so technically yes. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? But they also released a picture of him in his new Superman attire. They made that costume a little bit tighter with less padding. I don't know if he's been hitting the gym, but it looks pretty good. Good. Yeah, definitely. It seems like they're rushing that sequel from Superman to Man of Tomorrow. Pretty darn fast because it's in production like right now, and I think that's pretty cool.
And it'll be out next summer. Is that the idea?
I think so. Yeah, next July I think is what they said.
Right.
So James Gunn is knocking movies out of the park left and right. So
I have to ask out of curiosity: have both of you seen the old Supergirl movie with Helen Slater?
Yes.
I have not.
Really? Now, see, I thought that was going to be the other way around.
Yeah, no.
Really?
I haven't.
I have.
Okay. You don't forget it once you see it.
So are you telling me to seek this out, or?
Yeah, I think everybody should see it one time in their life. But I will tell you, there are 3 different cuts to the movie. If you can, find the longest one, which is the international cut, because it makes more sense.
Okay.
It smooths things out more, and you understand some things in the shortest one. You're like, why did she do that? That didn't make any sense. And then when you see the extended one, you're like, oh, it's a callback to this.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Yeah,
it makes more sense. And I mean, it's Faye Dunaway. I mean, the woman. She's the villain, is Faye Dunaway.
Oh, well, why didn't you say that in the beginning?
And this is Faye Dunaway, just like a movie or two after doing Mommy Dearest. She is chewing up the scenery in every scene.
Oh, well, shoot, man. I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's funny you mention Faye Dunaway. Because my AI glasses that I have, someone downloaded Faye Dunaway on the celebrity voice list. So you can have Faye Dunaway yell at you.
I love that. I love that.
My favorite one is got to be Peter Griffin. You can just have Peter Griffin from Family Guy, and it sounds just like him, in his personality and everything. It's hilarious. But yeah, Faye Dunaway's in there too for all you villain fans.
Well, I guess I'm buying some glasses now.
It is hysterical.
Yeah. Any more Supergirl news on the movie front to talk about?
That's all I got.
Okay.
Are you guys going to see Lanterns at all?
Oh, I'll watch that.
That I'm looking forward to big time. That is it just feels like it's right up my alley. I love Kyle Chandler. I love the previews that I've seen so far. I think TV shows work really well. So I'm very excited about this.
This will be my first experience with everybody associated with that show. I didn't know anybody, don't know any actors or actresses. I don't know anybody, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, Kyle Chandler, you would know him from Friday Night Lights, the football in Texas.
Oh, the football thing? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I know what it is, but I've never seen it. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good show, Tony. Seriously, if you and the missus are looking for something to binge, Friday Night Lights.
She's very particular about her shows.
Oh, okay.
Very particular. Yeah.
All right.
as am I. So I don't think that show fits any one of our,
your criteria. Okay.
Glenn is here. Hi, Seeking Superman.
It's DC.
Good to see you.
That's pretty much my attitude as well. If it's DC, I'll watch it.
Yeah. And Olivia reminding us my adventures with Superman Season 3 is starting next week on Toonami, which is cool. So I have just a little bit of news to talk about, too. The Mike Grell Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters, is going to get, we don't know a release date, but we're thinking next year because it would tie into the 40th anniversary. It's going to be done in an absolute edition. So that's not to be confused with like Absolute Green Arrow and Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman. It's not that. The Absolute Edition are these bigger than normal trade paperbacks that they do, and they try to include bonus materials in the end. The editor of this has already reached out publicly looking for fans that might have original artwork that they could include in the back as a bonus material. And they also said they're going to remaster the book as well. So it's just exciting to know that that is being worked on the horizon. And then, you know those DC Finest trade paperbacks? Mm-hmm. Here's something really cool. Your voice can make a difference what's going to be released on DC Finest. And I actually encourage you two here with me, as well as everyone in the chat, to take this poll, because the results are shared with DC decision makers in this. I put a link to the poll in the description for this video, so when we're done, just make sure to check out, and it will ask you to vote for, out of the series they've already started, which one are you most likely to buy first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, blah, blah, blah. And then out of a whole bunch of series that and characters we haven't done an absolute on, which one would you buy in order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if there's anyone that wasn't included in any of the lists, you can put their name in. So
Lois Lane, Lady Cop.
Oh, Lady Cop, yes. So the poll is good through Wednesday night.
Okay.
Before they close it down and then take the data over to DC. Anyone who doesn't know what to vote for that is tied, your boy here would love to see Bronze Age Wonder Woman, which is an option. Bronze Age Wonder Woman. And then for my writing category, I went with Black Canary, Golden Age through Bronze. I think that would be a fun read. So I hope you two and everyone in the chat will check out that poll and take it and let DC know. But at least they're asking what we want, you know?
Yeah.
I'm surprised there are no Lois Lane anything that
tell them.
You know what I mean? Not a facsimile, not one of those, diorama books that you could make.
Who makes those dioramas?
Well, actually, it's funny you mention that because I've got one now. Oh my God!
Look at that! I love that.
I know Jackson isn't here, and that's probably a good thing. But yeah, this is I bought this book a while ago, and I kind of forgot about it. So this week I made the diorama. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, they need some Lois Lane in their reprint library of some kind. I mean, throw me a bone. Come on. Just one facsimile comic.
They should print a facsimile with nothing but the dioramas in it. Every page is a diorama.
Look at how excited she got.
Oh. That would make little Shebab so happy.
And John, we're talking about, DC's looking for input. I know John is collecting the early Aquaman and another volume of Aquaman because they've already done one. So you could vote for that, John. That's cool. Yes, there's lots of stuff to nominate. So, yeah, more Wonder Woman, Black Canary, Zatanna. Very cool. 20. Oh, Glenn's got a good, healthy stack of them. I like when you put them on the shelf, how cool that the little pictures on the spines look. I like that. And I also like on the back cover how they highlight what years are featured in that DC Finest that you're holding. So I like that.
I was watching a video on YouTube. It was actually about trading cards. And the guy was opening up the new box of DC cards, and he's going to give a box of that away. But he said, so it's just going to be a drawing. And so put in the comments who your favorite DC character is. And so of course, my favorite character is Lois Lane. And I am the only one I think he responded to when he said, I never hear that. You're the only person I've ever come across that says Lois Lane. And I said, she's the first lady of DC Comics. It is criminal that you don't, she isn't top of mind. So.
Yes, and they do have Superman family as options in there too. And Glenn is also saying it has Lois Lane 19 through 28 included. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Bobby is here, unless he's on Omni X-Men, then he's buggy.
He's not here.
How you doing? Cool. So, like I said, the link for that poll is in the description for this video. Just make sure to complete it by Wednesday evening. So.
Done.
They said 9 o'clock, but they didn't say what time zone. Just do it before.
Right.
It's weird they wouldn't tell you when. Could be over. Could be 9 o'clock New Zealand. You know?
You never know. Any other news before we move into our retro review?
I got nothing. I know nothing. If it's new,
this is a good idea right there. Donna Troy. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So tonight, Silver Hair, Bronze Age Babe, you picked our review in the storyline we're doing. While Tony pulls up the assist, tell us a little bit about what you picked.
Okay, so this is a series of stories from Action Comics in 1968. And it actually, at first I thought it was just a 3-issue arc. Then I found out it's a 4-issue arc, which I had to tell the guys a couple days ago, oops, I goofed. I'll read the 4th one. And then I was even more wrong because it's actually a 5-issue arc, the story before it. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this is kind of the famous Virus X storyline. And this book, again, 1968, it has a wonderful cover by Neal Adams. So you know why I, love all this stuff. So the cover itself, and this is why Neal Adams is so great. I mean, the cover itself sets up the story completely that Superman is infected by a deadly virus. He's a leper, and so you're off to the races already. And the interior art, which I also think is, they have a really fun splash page, which I always think is kind of inspired by Neal Adams' interior art, is by Ross Andru. So, oh my God, the leper of Krypton. So the story starts out the next page in prison with Lex Luthor, who is given lab equipment, because why not give a criminal mastermind lab equipment in a prison? But he was given the equipment so that he could cure a cattle epidemic of some kind. But no surprise, he also works on a way to kill Superman. And by combining deadly microbes with some kryptonite, he tests it on a poor unsuspecting rabbit that is in his lab. And the rabbit immediately goes into severe panic, starts turning green, and then dies a painful death. And at the very least, we don't have to see the rabbit die. We just watch Lex thrill at the fact that this worked. The next page, later on, a ventriloquist entertains the prisoners, and Lex throws a shoe at him, thereby delivering a vial of this virus X, as Lex and the ventriloquist had previously planned. Because in the story before this, it was about this ventriloquist who was an evildoer like Lex, and who had met Clark Kent, and basically he hypnotized Superman to the point where, he hypnotized Clark Kent to the point where he's like, you know what, I have to kill Superman. I must kill him. I must kill him. So you got to flip to the next page, and there's, so we get the backstory there. So we get that flashback, and so Clark Kent doesn't realize he's Superman, wanders the streets of Metropolis looking for Superman. I must kill him. I must kill him. And something draws Clark to his very own apartment. He's like, yeah, this something about this seems really like it should be Superman. So he goes, climbs in the window rather than using his key. And then tries to put, this is it. This is where Superman sleeps. I will put Virus X on his pillow. But he sprinkles the vial over the pillow, but it gets on his hand as well. And just like the rabbit, Clark goes into this massive panic. He thrashes around and rips off his suit to reveal the Superman outfit. He looks at himself in the mirror and realizes that he's Superman. Like, oh dear, but I'm starting to turn green. This probably isn't good. So we get a full page of a flashback to when Virus X infected Krypton and a cure was never found. So you have to have that bit of exposition so that you understand why Superman knows what Virus X is and how deadly it is. So he's like, oh God, Virus X, this is Kryptonian leprosy. I am doomed. But about the same time, Lex Luthor, because he's just that kind of guy with one of those magic helmets, he takes over the airwaves of Metropolis and says, attention, I have infected Superman with Virus X, a sickness 100 times more deadly than leprosy. So people on the street are looking at Superman saying, oh my God, and look at his hands. Eek, he could wipe us all out. This is terrible. We must run away. Now, Cal helps solve a couple of crises around the world, but he realizes during that people are afraid of him. So because of this green virus. So he sits in an alley and wonders if he truly can infect humans with this thing when the infamous stray cat from the cover makes an appearance. So the stray cat touches Cal's hand and the cat panics, turns green, and dies.
So he killed the cat.
He killed the cat. He killed a cat. So Superman thinks, well, if the cat died in this amount of time, I'm so super, it's probably going to take me 12 hours to die. So I should probably leave Earth. But before he does, he puts on Clark's clothes and goes back to the newsroom where he plans to write a farewell note to the gang. But just then, Lois Lane walks in. And so what will Clark do? We have to wait till the next issue to find out.
That's right. Okay. By the way, Mr. SK, I just saw your DM that you sent me like 45 minutes ago.
Okay.
I think you figured it out by now.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
So I'm going to tell you one thing I'm doing the second issue. When we are done and we're recapping the story as a whole, I've got something to say about the splash page. And I'm not going to interject my own thoughts. I want to cover the story first, but we're coming back to the splash page. Let's just say that. But let's look at the cover first. Look at that cover. The Untouchable from Krypton. Wow. And it opens up pretty dramatically with a splash page that I'll jump back to, where we have Supergirl. And Superman saying, don't touch me, Supergirl. Only this fiberglass shield protects you from the Kryptonian leprosy, which is killing me. When I'm gone, you'll have to take over my job. And she interrupts him and says, Superman, no, you mustn't die. No one can fill your shoes. And there he's holding his will. And in his will, to Jimmy Olsen, he's giving his collection of souvenirs from all of their adventures together, plus a special sports car that he made with his own hands. To Lois Lane, the girl I hope to marry, I leave a string of priceless pearls I collected for her with all my love. And to Perry White, I bequeath the greatest scoop of his life, my secret identity. A month after my death, proof will be delivered by one of my robots. So that's our splash page to get us started. So in the next page, we pick up right where Silverhair Bronze Age Babe ended, inside the Metropolis Daily Planet, where reporter Clark Kent is ransacking his desk, and, I must clean out my things and leave a note for my friends. In a few hours, I'm going to be dead. And Lois Lane has walked in, and she says, is that you, Clark? What are you doing here at this hour? And he says, it's Lois. If she touches me, she'll become infected, but I can't make a quick getaway as Clark. So, although it's pretty dark, he does do a fast exit and changes into Superman, and he's going to, essentially pull the wool over her eye again and, and make her mistaken that she thought she saw Clark when it was him all the time. And he says, "No, Lois, it's me. I was writing a note for Clark, but you have to stay away from me because I don't want anything to happen to you." And the next page, he just bolts right out the window. She's like, "Maybe I can help you," and he's gone. He's like, "Forget it, Lois. I haven't a prayer. I can't even kiss you goodbye without dooming you to the same horrible death." As he's leaving, he looks down at the railroad yards where there's a stick-up in progress and realizes this might be his last mission. So he starts to head down, and they notice him, they being the crooks, notice him right away and know that he has that Kryptonian leprosy virus X. They're like, "That disease is worse than anything. He's a flying plague." And even the policeman is like, "Keep your distance, please, or that virus X will wipe us all out." So one look at me, he says, and even the police panic. Who can blame them? I'll bet everyone's glad I only have a few hours left to live. Don't say that, Superman, because at that exact moment, a special session of the UN is taking place where they're saying, "Hey, all over the world, call your top scientists. We have to get them together. We have to find some type of cure for Superman." So we cut over now to Lex Luthor, who was in prison, and it's a recap of how he essentially created this virus, with the bunny rabbit and Superman touching the cat and the cat meeting its end. And so the UN all agrees they're going to get the top scientists from all over the world. They get there remarkably fast, and they start examining Superman, and they're shielded from contamination while they examine him. And they said, there's no cure for this virus X. Superman is doomed. They're like, "But even though we can't cure you, this germ-proof fiberglass suit we made will keep you from infecting anyone in your final hours." He's like, "My final hours? It's hard to believe it's come to that." Now on a TV set, all over, attention, Lex Luthor is breaking in on all networks. "I'm the man who made Superman a leper, and I can cure him just as easily." And they're like, "How is he doing this? He's in prison." They're looking at him in prison right now at this very moment, but they don't realize that Lex Luthor's message has been taped and recorded, and it's on a playback. He says, "Remember the cat he infected? I've arranged for the Humane Society to bring it to the corner of 10th and Main in 1 hour, and I'm going to cure this right in front of your eyes." So there we are an hour later, and what happens? It looks via remote control, at least, that Lex Luthor is able to cure this cat and change this cat back with no signs of virus X. So he says, I can cure this cat, so I can cure Superman, and I'll do it for $1 million, delivered to the Metropolis airport in an hour. A special automated capsule will pick it up. And they're like, "Well, Superman's life is worth trillions. We got to do this." And Superman has learned what Lex Luthor's doing, and he says, "Never, not 1 cent of tribute, even though I'm dying." And they're like, "Hey, Superman, it's too late. The money's already been raised. 3 millionaires put up the cash." They never say if it's Bruce Wayne's one of them, but man, I would hope so.
You'd think.
Yeah. So there goes Luthor's capsule right now, and Superman's like, "This is blackmail, and I just can't believe that, people did this." And he's like, "I'm going to follow this capsule with my telescopic vision and spot its destination." And then all of a sudden, the old disappearing act, not even his superpowers can trace an invisible capsule. And they're like, "Don't worry, Superman, Luthor's still behind bars, and he won't get out unless you get cured." So over in Lex Luthor's cell, he's like, it looks like he's received a visit from Superman, and he says, "You paid the price, so you want me to heal Superman. Okay. Watch the effect of the gimmick I hid in this light bulb." And the light kind of shines over him. "Observe the healing effects of my spectrum ray." And Superman's face started to change, and they're saying it's a miracle. The ray reversed the effects of the leprosy, and you cured Superman. But he says, "This is strange. I don't feel different. I'm still weak, and I'm getting weaker." And then an instant later, the leprosy effects returned. He's still infected with the virus. And Lex says, "Of course, there's no cure for Kryptonian leprosy. And even if there was, I wouldn't give it to Superman." What he did was, Superman realized he might not have laughed. I might have inserted that part.
Beautifully done, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was my tribute to Lex from Challenge of the Super Friends.
Okay.
Okay, and so Superman's figured out he hypnotized everyone with the swinging light ball to make them think that he had healed him. But they said, but what about the cat? Lots of people saw the cat get cured. And Luthor says, fools! The contaminated cat died within half an hour. But my criminal friends took a stray cat that looked like it and made it look like it resembled having the Kryptonian leprosy. And then they were able to essentially shine this light on the cat and make it look like the cat got cured and busted out, with Lex doing it via remote control. So now your friends are out $1 million and you're still a candidate for a coffin. And he says, I could pierce this protective suit, touch Luthor, and he'd get the virus, but I can't break my code against murder. He's like, I have some things to do in my Fortress of Solitude, and he just takes off. He's like, I only got a couple hours left. I'm going to my fortress. And he finds Supergirl waiting there for him. He's like, well, the fiberglass suit will protect her. And he says to her, what are you doing with the Phantom Zone projector? She says, hey, this could save your life. Listen. And she's like, time has no meaning in the Phantom Zone, and no one in that Twilight world can age or die. So we'll send you there until we can figure out some way to save you. And he thinks, well, I get it. I guess that's what we'll do. But inside the Phantom Zone, the trapped Phantom villains know what's going on, and they're worried about them catching this virus. And then what's going to happen? And so they will it with their combined willpower that Superman's not able to penetrate through and get there. And back, keep out, they say. So that's not an option anymore. And Supergirl says, Superman, the conflicting energy forces damage your protective shield. He's like, stand clear, Supergirl. You could get infected as easily as I was. And then there's an emergency in Kandor. Oh my gosh. The little shrunken city. So Supergirl flies into Kandor. And as soon as she's in, she realizes there's no emergency in there. And Superman says, I triggered the alarm with my X-ray vision to lure you into Kandor. And this automatic seal will open the bottle when I left. So now she can't catch it and she can't stop him. And he says, first I'll activate these destruct mechanisms on these advanced weapons. They're too dangerous for even Supergirl to use. Then in another corner of the fortress, there are many secrets in my life that could cause earth-shattering repercussions if they were revealed. I've left orders to keep them sealed for a century after my death. And then soon back at the UN building, Superman makes his last farewell. And they say, Superman, all the world is mourning. We'll build you a mighty memorial. He says, no memorial, no tears. As a climax to my super career, this spacecraft will carry me to the hottest sun in our universe. And this will be, his funeral pyre. And so he bids a farewell, and he says, I want you to remember me the way you always did. So I have a rubber mask that I'm going to wear in the final moments that you get to see me. So he looks the way he always did appear. Lois is just grief-stricken. Superman sobbed, don't leave us, we need you. And Jimmy urges her not to break down. And someone watching says, Dad, is it true Superman was the world's greatest hero? Yes, son, Earth will never know his like again. Even Luthor from his prison cell sees Superman taking off. The prison siren is giving Superman a final salute. He was my worthiest foe. It seems crazy, but I'm going to miss our duels of wits. Too late for regrets, Luthor. Even now, Superman is hurtling towards the flames of the distant sun, which will be his last resting place. We'll follow the rocket's plight in the next issue.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like how he just plugs her up in the bottle. Like,
yes, exactly. Too bad.
Too bad. Gotcha.
Yep. And Bobby's right. Legends never die. They just get blasted into the sun.
Not just any sun.
We thought the cat had 10 lives, but I guess it didn't. So.
It did. It just used them all at once.
Yes, and of course we have the great key to the Fortress of Solitude. I love that. So, Mr. Signature King, take over with Chapter 3.
Yeah, so pretty fun read for me, this issue. I really like this one. But just a forewarning, this one kind of reads fast because this one is a lot of recapping of Superman's life when he was younger. So it's nothing we all haven't heard before. But I'll try to touch on the good parts. Yeah, boy, doesn't this look familiar? Superman's funeral. He's never died before.
No.
But yeah, here's the Justice League and their little memorial to Superman. Everybody's there, it looks like. I don't think anybody's missing. But yeah, so recapping from last issue, Superman's blasting off. I don't know why they chose to blast off a highly contagious Superman from downtown New York City. But alas,
why not?
Why not? So he gets blasted off into space, and he's wearing his rubber mask, and he's going to the Flammenberg, the hottest sun in the universe.
Flambron or something?
Flambron, yeah, that's what it is. But they're tracking him via satellite and comedically large telescopes. And he's just passing the orbit of Pluto, which is cool. So they're keeping an eye on him. And as he's flying through the sun, not the sun, but through space, he's kind of doing a reminisce of, his life. His life is flashing before his eyes, which I think is pretty cool because you get some really cool stuff here. Man, this pollen is killing me today. But yeah, I'm lost here. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, okay. This is where I wanted to be. So here we have this quick recap of Superman's life. Krypton explodes. He lands in Smallville. He's raised by, Ma and Pa Kent. I don't know why, but I always thought this picture of Superman lifting a tree trunk out of the ground was always really cool. He could get really rich with stump removal. Just, all right, you owe me some money. But yeah, he's talking to his parents. He's figuring out his powers. He's trying to navigate his life while being, at that point in time, Superboy. He's getting an identity. Here we have his famous glasses. Here, Superman, just wear reading glasses. No one will know who you are. The greatest disguise of all time. And he's talking about, what if he never left? Like, what if his parents on Krypton? What if Krypton never blew up? He'd be some kind of scientist, then again, he never would have met his first love, Lana Lang, which I thought was very nice of him. But he's remembering the time, Pa Kent brought home some kryptonite and made him very sick on accident. So, or when he saved Lex Luthor from his secret bunker and he went bald. Yes, he burned off all his hair.
And you wonder why he held a grudge.
Yeah, right. Fun times. And then he's thinking about what if Luthor used his brain to help mankind instead of kill Superman. What good could he have done? He remembers his time with the Legion of Superheroes, and his parents' funeral, for example, his Earth parents, and then he remembers that one time he fell in love with a mermaid in Atlantis, which I didn't know he did. That was news to me. I didn't know.
Lori Lemaris.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we know what a future retro review has to be.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Those double L initials.
That's right.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Or maybe I did, and just, it's been a while, but whatever. I had to think about it for a second, okay, Aquaman, the king of Atlantis, there are mermaids in Atlantis. So is that weird, that you're, romantically involved with someone that's, a subject of your friend, whatever. I looked into that too much, but, he's talking about, his time with, at the Daily Planet with Perry White. And here you have a panel of Superman and Lois hiding in a steel pipe, bad guys up at the top shooting at him. But Lois thinks that Clark is kind of cowardice, but in reality, Superman is just protecting Lois. Or that one time that Superman saved Lois from an active volcano where she was taking pictures. And I thought to myself, well, maybe everyone just thinks Lois Lane is really brave, but maybe she's just, not very smart. Who climbs a volcano, stands 10 feet away to take a picture?
You got to go where the news takes you, though, Tony.
I understand, but I mean, come on. I just thought that this line was here really funny. She says, Superman, I was just photographing this volcano. Did you realize this is the third time this week you've saved me? And Superman's like, oh, believe me, I know. We got stuck in a steel pipe and bad guys were shooting at us because you just had to get involved. And here we are on the top of an active volcano. You're almost getting melted.
She had to get your little picture.
Yeah, you had to take a picture. It's not worth it. And he's thinking about Lois and, how she's going to move on without him, or the time he, defeated Brainiac to save the super city in a bottle, Kandor. Or how Supergirl came to Earth. And they teamed up to save Metropolis. But he was... One thing I think that he really loved the most, not loved, but, was big in his life was the moment that he revealed to the Bat family that he was Superman, and they made a deal that none of them were going to reveal their secret identities to each other. Or Jimmy Olsen, going on these crazy adventures with him. But as his space coffin is passing through, what do they call it? Bizarre world. There's Superman-like people who are, it's bizarre. Like, let's help him die faster by scattering red and white kryptonite near him to make him happy. All right. And I forget what red and white kryptonite did. So if anyone remembers, let me know. I know there was like a spectrum of kryptonite, and they all had different effects.
Some will be revealed in the next story. I'll just.
Oh well, then never mind. Okay, never mind. All right. Yep. I had to read this panel twice because I thought it said something else. Poor idiotic bizarros, but I read that as poor idiotic something else. And I was like, in a Superman comic? Like, okay. But he's starting to see the sun that he's going to be disintegrated, but right at the last moment, Supergirl brings up all of the loves in his life, the three women. So his current girlfriend and two past ex-girlfriends. And then I thought to myself, wow, Supergirl, what a bad friend. Because if I'm on my deathbed, one thing I don't want to do is my cousin to parade my ex-girlfriends around my deathbed.
Yeah, but look at the trouble they went to. They put little Lori Lemaris in her own little test tube, with water.
Yeah, I mean, A for effort.
Yeah,
undeniable. Right? A for effort. Bad execution. Bad move. But okay, whatever. But as Superman gets thrown into the sun of whatever it's called, you see his casket slowly begin to disintegrate, and it says down here, can this really be the end of Superman, the Man of Steel? If it is, we're going to have a mighty empty section in our next Action Comics. But there's a clue for the story's surprising conclusion in this chapter. We have next month to figure it out.
Yeah. I want to say hi to Entropy in Comics, who joined us during the review. Great to have you here.
Sheba, I don't have a link for your next story. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry about that. I did not send that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Do you need me to get it for you real fast?
I'll find one.
Okay.
In the interest of time, I will start, and I will just show you the cover of the next issue is Supergirl interviewing people from Kandor to take over the role of Superman, because no one can do it. Superman is dead. We need a Superman to fill in the blank here. So there it is. There you go.
All I had to do is hit the next button because it's the next issue.
Well, there you go.
Here I am making fun of people for not being very smart, right?
My lips are sealed on that one. Okay, so we start with another very cool splash page showing Supergirl weeping over a newspaper that claims that Superman lived after all. But she knows the truth. He's dead, and that is a substitute Superman. So we turn the page and we pick up the story where we left off, with Superman flying into the sun, and Earth's scientists with their unusually large telescope see a big flash, and they assume that is him being burned up. But as he nears that sun, the people of Flambron realize that they can actually save him. And so they activate their modulators, as everyone should activate your modulator, and save the little spaceship that he's in, so that it doesn't melt. And the Flambrons look inside. It's like, oh, it's Superman. Oh, you know what? We can fix this. I've seen this before. So they take him to a crystal planet and say, we're Flambronians, beings of living flame. Look at the reflection in the crystal if you want to see what has happened. And Superman looks at it. He's like, oh my God, the leprosy's cured. I'm back, baby. And it turns out that Bizarro Superman, when he was throwing the kryptonite at him, threw white kryptonite, and that basically helped negate the virus. So even though Bizarro thought he was doing the wrong thing, he did the right thing. So the next page, we get a little history of Superman and the Flambronians, who he met as Superboy, and he saved one of their relatives. And there's a really funny image in the middle of that page with Superboy giving a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation kind of thing. Yeah, that. I can never unsee that. So
it looks like he's throwing up.
He kind of does.
Or he's got a really long tongue.
You could take it so many ways. It's just...
I just feel like if there was a sound effect for that panel, it'd be...
Oh, God. It's just... This is why I love comic books. I just love them. Okay, so after that... Superman is thrilled. You look how happy he is. I'm heading home. So he heads home expecting a complete hero's welcome, because remember, people were going to erect statues to him, and he was like, oh, no, you really don't have to do that. Well, of course, he gets there and they stopped erecting statues. He's like, why'd they stop erecting statues to me? I don't understand. So he finds that people basically moved on from the supposed death of Superman. He's like really bummed and very confused. So he goes to the Daily Planet, and Lois tells, as Clark Kent, and Lois tells him that, oh yeah, Superman told me you were sick, so the fact that you've been out of the office for a few days is, no never mind to me. So while he's there, he hears a call for Superman, so he changes into his Superman outfit, zips off to a construction site, catastrophe in process, and he sees Batman, who is swinging from a bat rope, saving a guy, but he also sees another Superman. Now, wait just a darn minute. So he returns to the Daily Planet and reads the fake news story that he survived the leprosy and has been doing Superman things as usual. But he's like, well, wait a minute. How is there another Superman? This is confusing my little Cal brain. But again, another call came out for Superman, and so he's like, well, I'll go and save some people. But he realizes that Supergirl is already on the scene, and another Superman is saving the day. He doesn't have to do it. And he wonders if the phony Superman is from Kandor or perhaps the Phantom Zone, because where else could this phony Superman be from? He sees yet another miraculous save by the phony Superman, but then he decides to play a hunch. For some reason, he goes underground, and there he sees Supergirl we got to keep going there, Tony. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. He sees Supergirl chairing a meeting of identical Supermen. And Superman reveals, it's like, wait a minute, I think I know what's going on here. It's the Justice League. And Supergirl says that she tried to recruit a Kandorian to take Kal's place, but it took too long, because instead of just her deciding, the Kandorians have this whole rule that, like, no, we all have to vote. The entire city of Kandor has to vote on these things, and this takes time. And Supergirl's, well, we don't have time because crime is happening, so we need to do something. So it turns out that the Justice League decided to do the something. So they all dressed up as Superman and used their own special powers to solve the problems that we've seen in the last 2 pages. Superman figured it out because, oh my God, this ocean thing, the fish were particularly helpful. It must have been Aquaman. And how did Batman, by the way, click in that Batman with the Superman. I mean, that is a classic image there, right? I mean, that's just all kinds of wrong.
Super bad.
Yeah. We'll take turns posing as Superman until a replacement is picked. And like your own superpowers and ability, look, Batman can fake fly with an anti-gravity belt that Superman once gave him. Like, how convenient. So in any event, like I say, the Justice Leaguers filled in using their own superpower. Soup said, hey, listen, you guys are great. Thanks so much. But I'm back and ready to go. And you boys can relax now. I'll handle my jobs from here on in. As understudies, we weren't bad, says the Flash. But let's face it, there's only one Superman. And so ends the story of Virus X. Ta-da!
Wow, what a journey we went on.
Book after book after book. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not a problem. So let's talk about this story in general. I know I definitely have a few things to say, but SK, why don't we start with you?
I liked it. I never read this storyline before. I've heard of Virus X, but I've never read it. So very, very unique. I like to see some of these old writings in here. And I've said it a million times. I'm going to say it again. I love the ads. There's some of the most ridiculous ads in mine towards the end. You have those, like, hey, sell this stuff and you'll get whatever. Like,
sell seeds door to door and you can get an AM, FM radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or one of them
Grit magazine.
Shortwave radio.
Yes.
Ooh. It's just really fun. But out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 7. I like it.
Okay. Silver hair, Bronze Age babe, your thoughts?
I have to tell you guys, because I have the actual books, I pull them out and I read them just as if, and I felt like I was in my treehouse or at my bunk at summer camp reading comic books in 1968. It's just fun. It just is fun. And to Tony's point, the story was fun. The ads are great. It just was a very comforting read for me. Yeah. And I love the cover art, and I was really impressed with the splash pages. I didn't remember the splash pages on every single issue being that strong and interesting and kind of arresting. So, and I'm a big fan. Anytime you've got a retelling of his origin story, I'm in. I am totally in. I love it. And I love Tony's entire issue with the recap of his kind of greatest hits. And I think one of the reasons they kind of did that is because in one of the issues, there was an ad for the 30th anniversary Superman issue. He's turning 30. So, I mean, they had it on the brain that this is 30 years, let's celebrate 30 years of Superman. And it was a fun way to do it, in a few pages. So,
the book that Tony had, I want to get into my collection. Of course, it has Justice League in it, and that's kind of my wheelhouse. So, and then the book you reviewed at the end, Sarah, I would like to get into my collection as well. I had seen that cover, like I was familiar with that cover, but wasn't aware that it was part of a multi-issue storyline.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that, first of all, to have a multi-issue storyline back then was unheard of. You had one-off issues for the most part, you know?
Right. Yep.
And to do one that long, you know, that was like 4 or 5 months that you invested into one story.
Exactly. No, it just kept going and going, and what a modern take, you know.
Yeah.
You would say.
So 2 other things that I want to touch on. What happened to the money? When Super Bat was out there, I mean, was he like, am I getting my money back?
That's why he was out there. He was chasing his dollars.
Right.
Yeah, he wanted his money back.
It was such a drop in his wealth bucket, like he didn't even probably notice it was gone.
It's an accounting error at Wayne Industries, so
yeah.
Whatever.
Now I want to talk to the number one thing that I teased that I was going to talk about.
What's your thing with the splash page?
So it's this splash page once again, just to recap for those that might have joined us. So it's Superman's will that I have a huge problem with. And I want to see what you guys think about this too. So first of all, to Jimmy, he's leaving a whole bunch of mementos of their adventures together, souvenirs, and a car he made with his own hands.
The guy gets a car.
Okay. To Lois Lane, he leaves priceless pearls that he collected for her. To Perry White, he leaves the greatest scoop, his secret identity. Don't you think Lois is pissed? I think she would want that more than the pearls.
Absolutely.
Oh, hey.
I think she's looking at that going, huh?
Are you kidding me?
I devoted my entire life to this man and don't even get to know who his secret identity first. I think she's mad. I think she went up in that little bubble with the other girlfriends to give him a piece of her mind.
or you know, maybe it was then a parade of X's. It was no longer Lois and 2 X's.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
It's like,
but if you think about it, he leaves Jimmy Olsen a bunch of stuff in a car.
Mm-hmm.
He basically leaves Perry White a Pulitzer Prize.
A story no one would ever be able to top.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Lois just gets some pearls.
And he gives Supergirl, it's like, you get to be savior of the earth. And she's like, I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, don't die.
Oh, this is why I never liked her.
Yeah.
Never liked her.
Yeah.
You know, rather than awesome, I'm going to do a great job. Like, no, I can't. You can't possibly do it. I can't do it by myself. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, well, one thing about Superman's last will and testament, like, if that's the entirety of it, like, they should have figured out, like, wait a minute, all these people work at Daily Planet.
Mm-hmm. Clark's not in it at all.
Yeah, Clark's not in it. His Supergirl's not in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a few people at Daily Planet.
His friendship circle is quite small.
Yeah.
Always has
apparently.
been.
Apparently.
Always has been.
And even right to the end, you know, Lois is like, Clark, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I can't let her know that I'm Clark. You know, I got to gaslight her a little bit more. I've only got hours to live, but I got to get another gaslight in.
I wouldn't be doing me if I didn't trick her.
I love how, I mean, did Superman go on WebMD to just diagnose himself? Well, I'm going to have about 4 hours left.
Again, well, that's where the cat came in.
Yeah, I know, but
still, it's like doing. I'm surprised he didn't have to go to the fortress. Remember when he just zipped off to the fortress?
Yeah, he's like, go in the fortress.
I gotta go to my room.
Yeah.
I have this incredibly contagious disease. Better run around the planet doing
right.
Yep. So, but I did enjoy the story, though. I really did. For all the little picking on that I'm giving this story, I did enjoy it. I thought the art was strong through the entire thing. I thought the writing was really good. I thought it was fun. I wouldn't want to buy some of these issues and put in my collection if I didn't like the story, and I might just end up getting, you know, all of the entire storyline.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, you just don't get a piece. It's not like having one Pringle. You don't have one Pringle.
No, get the can. You gotta get the can.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Well, and the other one, Ryan, is the one that is 362. This is the one that starts the whole thing.
Okay.
But with the ventriloquist.
I'm not familiar with that cover.
It's another Neal Adams cover. I think it's one of the first ones he did for Action Con, maybe. I can't remember.
Okay.
But
I never even see that cover anywhere. The other covers I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, oh, I've seen that, but not that one.
Yeah. So. So that's if you wanted to be a completist.
Yes.
You know. Just
awesome. Well, thanks for picking that out for us, Silver Hair Bronze Age.
Thank you for agreeing to this, and
of course, good stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Let's talk about our channels, our content, our show and tell book show. Let's see how many subscribers the SK has going on. We'll start with him. How many subscribers you have now? How many Tonys do you have?
We got almost 21,000. So.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Almost.
And you know they're real because look at his views on his shorts and his. I mean, it's not just bots. I had to double check it myself. I was like, "How is this man doing this? He doesn't put out any content."
This is what he does. I swear to you, this is what he does. He's like, my good luck streak's starting to wear down. If you guys don't continue to subscribe, I'll put out some content." Don't make me put out content.
Don't make me do a video. Don't make me.
Don't make me.
I will do it. Don't threaten me. But yeah. I'm still riding that tidal wave for a little while. I'm not sure what's happening. I think I got caught in a tsunami or something, a hurricane. I don't know what you call it, but it's been a wild ride. But yeah, you're right. Normally, when I would put out shorts, like I would do a very specific things. Like I would make sure I'd hit these keywords, and it got me to 1,000 to 5,000 views, and then I stopped doing that. And then, if you recall, I think it was around September of last year, I had that one video go to 500,000 views in 2 weeks. So that's when I just stopped doing it. I was like, okay, I thought I knew what I was doing, but clearly I don't.
Okay.
But
so, do you have any content or appearances coming up?
I do. I am building something over here. I'm not going to show you, but it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to increase my storage. So I've started filming some content with that. So we'll figure that out. I had to edit a lot of it out because you would have taken 3 looks at it and be like, wow, when it comes to carpentry, there's a lot more duct tape than I thought there was supposed to be. Yeah. But
do you sing the song "If I Was a Carpenter" in the video?
No.
Oh.
Because that would have been one thing that you noticed I'm not very good at. I, for book show, got, I've shown this a few times, Superman Blank.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're talking Superman, I think I might be adding Jim Lee down here. Maybe, I don't know. I'm also considering adding, I do have a Brett Breeding signature, but I want to add a Brett Breeding
remark?
Original art. A remark, yeah, or a commission or something on the inside. So we'll see. Okay. Up next, I got Superman Shazam First Thunder, local artist Joshua Middleton, and of course we're talking Superman. We can't, and I just can't stop looking at this. But we can't not show.
Oh yeah.
The David Cornsweat signature.
That is so fantastic. Oh,
yeah.
Goodness, what a treasure.
Absolutely. Now,
I'm just blown away. It came back at 9.8.
If they offer a milli, are you going to have that to... is that something you would go for to pair with it?
Yes. Yeah. I'm obviously not going to do that book.
Yeah. I understand.
But there was that Supergirl... Was the summer Supergirl book that came out?
Mm-hmm.
They did a photo one of it. That's what I'm going to send in.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Very nice. So, and I'm kind of curious about this as well. We were talking about Alan started a brand new video series called Cover Lovers. And his first video is up, and it's called it's Golden Age Shazam, where he has a special guest, and they pick out their top 10 and then the ultimate top 10 Golden Age Superman books. Sorry, did I say Shazam before?
Yeah.
Superman books. Sorry, I meant Superman. What books would you guys pick?
Do you really have to ask me this? I mean, this is.
Man,
I'll
that's
let
a
you
hard
know.
question.
Yeah, I'll pick Silver Age Lois Lane.
I honestly, the obvious answer is Shazam, but I don't know. There's a lot of covers that I just love looking at. So,
but you could even, I mean, I'm guessing it's not my show. He could do like an artist edition, like Neal Adams or
if you do
George Perez or
there you go. Yeah, I can ramble on about that as well. Or we could, you know what? The collections are so vast, we can be on multiple times.
There you go. I have chosen Bronze Age Wonder Woman, and it's already it's in the can and being edited as we speak.
Okay,
so,
wonderful, good.
Yes. DC's holding a panel sometime this month talking about every animated series or movie they're putting out for DC Comics. That's cool. That's probably at Heroes Con, which is going on next week. Glenn just left a little bit ago. He's going to be at Heroes Con, so that's cool. And would you like a Shazam and Lobo one-shot comic book issues SK?
No. And yes, I would buy it.
If they made it, I'm not clamoring for it, but if it happens,
oh yeah, Justice League, that's cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
Good.
It's interesting, but you guys really should check out the video because with the editing and the great conversations, I saw a ton of covers that I had never seen before. So that was fun watching that.
Yeah, you know what? You bring up a good point. I mean, maybe, Alan, I would love to talk about Neal Adams' Bronze Age horror story books. The House of Mystery, House of Secrets, those kinds of things. Because those are super popular. They're super collectible. But I don't see a lot of people talking about them on the YouTube.
Yeah. So Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe, for Book Show, you are up next.
Okay, so for Book Show, just because I was in the Action Comic Books section of the collection, I thought I'd pull out some more Neal Adams covers from that era. And there he is. There's the Man That Killed My Daddy. Apparently this is one of the favorite covers that Neal's that he did. So he loved the little kid. This is one of my favorite stories of all time. Maybe we should do it sometime. But Superman's Lost Century. Again, a beautiful Neal Adams cover. And I do not remember the story on this, but how can you not love that kind of cover? I mean, come on. So now, another Action comic book. This is Action Comics number 508. And this, at midnight on my channel, a video drops about this book. And Ryan, it's prescient that you mentioned Lois Lane being pissed that she doesn't get the scoop of a lifetime relative to his secret identity, because that issue that comes up in this book, and in a very interesting and important way. So that's all I'll say. But everything, the Fanboys, the retro review, everything just folds in on itself, and it all comes full circle.
Question for you, because I don't want to ruin it if you say it in the video. Do you talk about the Whitman version of that book at all?
Yes, I do. I mentioned the fact that if you own the Whitman version of this book, you're apparently quite wealthy.
Yes, because that is one of the hardest books to find a Whitman variant of.
I think you told me that, and I went looking, and it's like, well, gosh darn it, he's right. There is no, I can't even find a copy to find out how much someone...
I might know someone with a copy.
Really?
If I recall. It's been a couple years, but I know what a Whitman variant for Superman is. It might not be that cover, but it could be.
Yeah.
Well, that book in particular is one of those that it's in the top 10 rarest Whitman variants. So.
Wow. All right. Well, now we know what to look of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the story, I love the story, and if you do me the great honor of watching my video, you'll find out why I love it. But it's a kind of a run-of-the-mill
So it's not like a super key or anything, like a
Nope.
No.
first appearance?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That's even more strange.
I think most of the books that end up like in, because I saw a list of like the rarest Whitman variants, like none of them are big keys. They're all randos like that issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So over on my channel, we'll talk about what's on the channel already. Back issue of the week was X Factor, which is the reuniting of the original X-Men team. And then I did an X-Men themed Lasso Loot video. And I've got a nice little consecutive run of X-Men going on now in my collection that I'm really proud of. So I talk about that. I was a guest on Omni X-Men this past week, which is archived in the collaborations playlist folder on my channel. So that's why we kind of tied everything together. Tomorrow's back issue of the week short is going to be DC Comics. It has not been recorded yet. It hasn't even been selected yet which book it's going to be. It's going to be DC Comics. So that's what I'm doing when I get done here tonight.
I was just going to say, we should probably hang up so you can get to work.
I got to get off the line.
Your deadline's approaching here.
Yeah. And then Lasso Loot on Tuesday, that recorded video Tuesday afternoon. That will be some Marvel and some DC, about 4 from each company that I'm showing back issues I've added into my collection, including, if you like yellow covers, I got yellow covers for you in that video that's dropping, including the ultimate yellow cover. So look for that video Tuesday afternoon. So, and that catches you up on my channel. For a book show, I just didn't know what to pick. I almost picked Crisis issue 7, but that's Supergirl dying and not Superman. So I just went with this one, which I featured as a back issue of the week back in April, but it's got Superman and Supergirl on the cover. I just think it's a fun cover and a good cover, and it's an action comic.
And look at the hair. Look at
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, and this story concluded in Supergirl issue 20, which came out a week later. So
A week?
they tied that, a week later. So, because at the end of this story, they meet up and he has to take her somewhere, and you find out the next week in her comic book
Oh, okay. I see.
where he took her. So, yeah. So that's just what I'm doing for a book show tonight.
Oh, I forgot to. Can I add on? I am going to be on Gary B's 1011 later. This week.
Cool.
I'm going to
Cool.
be on the 18th of June.
What's the topic, or don't you want to say?
No, I'm going to. Some of you may remember that this is a big year for me. I turned 65, and so I have a collection of birthday books.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to talk about my birthday books that I have out. So yeah. Check in with can we do talk to Oh, happy to do that too.
Yep.
I would love to show off the very first treasure I ever got, which you guys mentioned it last week. The Batman one, the red.
Oh yeah.
Treasure that's going to come out, and Ryan said, "I know she's going to be very, very excited about this."
Yes, because
there's a diorama on the back. Well,
yeah.
I should, I'm going to show Alan my original copy from 1974 of that book and the condition that it is in, and I'm not going to ruin.
Okay.
Just suffice to say, it's no doubt it has a she-bab pedigree.
Nice. I'm saying. Love it. Well, cool. Anything else anyone wants to share before we wrap up the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube?
I talked about those trading cards before.
Yeah.
Now, my guess is Andre's going to send you some, so I'm going to tell you what he's going to send you.
Okay.
And I think you'll dig it because it's the theme is the annual, so stories from which I love the cards because I actually know and like some of the stuff. So these are 2 of the Wonder Woman cards that feature covers from the Wonder Woman book from that from a couple years ago.
Yeah, Sovereign and Yara Flor.
Yeah, I mean they're beautiful little cards. Beautiful covers. So it's like I would have picked these. These are good. So.
Nice. He's been sending some cards over in the last couple of days. There's been a card palooza in my mailbox.
Good.
So Yeah. He just tells me cards are coming. I mean, I don't know what specific ones they are until I open. So it's a little bit like Christmas for me. I just don't get to keep them. So
yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter's been getting into like the sketch cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's been having fun sketching those.
Yeah, I need her to do some special edition one-of-ones for Auntie Shebab if she wants.
Yeah.
Go for it. She would be tickled pink. It would give her something to do this summer.
Put her to work.
Yeah.
Very nice. Tony, I've been seeing some videos of people in your little Tony hut, sometimes while you're not there.
Mine?
Yes. I see characters, and they're putting their feet up on your desk, and Supergirl has been in there, and Wonder Woman, and what's that all about?
Oh, Jedi. Yeah, he keeps making these AI videos.
Oh, that's AI?
I thought you were talking like my camera was on. You saw my kids running down here like
No. No. I saw Supergirl and Wonder Woman and some collectibles you bought, and
yeah. You give the trolls a little bit, and it's over for the rest of your life.
Okay, good to clear that up, though. All right. Well, to everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining us, because you always we have a fun time anyway, but you guys even make it better by being here. If you watched in the rewind, thank you for making it all the way to the end. The fact that we're going on 90 minutes right now, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around for this. That means something.
You are very kind.
Yes, you are. So we do appreciate you. We will be back. Well, 2/3 of us will be back next week for the next Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. The greatest DC comic show on YouTube, the award-wishing Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. Have a great night. Bye.